Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, everybody. Welcome back to your pre-market watch list. So let's get rocking and rolling. Probably what we have to cover today is ZOM. We'll talk about NIO. We're going to talk about a few of the penny stocks that have been moving pre-market today. We'll touch on Alibaba, and I think that's probably about it. Oh, we'll touch on FCEL, and we will touch on Plug. What you have here on the screen is my current P&L for this morning. I've traded 6 stocks, green on all of them so far, so that's a bonus. Currently in a short with Plug. That's kind of that play that we talked about yesterday, being bearish and short Plug into today, and FCEL. So we'll go over some of those things right now. Looks like LXRX is going red. So at some point I might have to manage some of these trades throughout this video. So if that happens, I apologize. But let's get ready to go. All right, so first stock that we're going to cover today, I guess, is going to be ZOM, because I know a lot of people have been watching this, so let's just cover it. So ZOM did in fact crash, as we had mentioned yesterday. We went from the $1.48, kind of prices or whatnot, and now we're all the way down trading. We hit a low of 83 cents. This 83 cents is the most important level right now. This 80 cent, 83 cents is a very significant point in ZOM right now, because if in the event the bulls can actually hold this $80 or 80 cent price point, they could potentially force a squeeze and ZOM could continue higher. But if in the event ZOM gets below this kind of 80 cent price point, it would most likely be done for the time being until it got down to about 60 cents. So before, our price target was 50 cents. After we've progressed over the past couple days, the price target has changed and it's now a 60 cent price target on the downside. So everybody looking at Zoom on the bear side, they're all short from the $1.48 and say in the dollar zone, and they're looking to at least go to 61 cents right now. And that's why we were talking about a price target of 50 cents, because that was a target the other day and now it's 61 cents. So if in the event the market gets down there, good chance anybody who's short ZOM will start to cover their short around 61 cents. So to me, logically, it would make sense for it to go to 61 cents because that's the target. That's generally where the market's going to try to move this. So I'm still going to stay on the bear side. I think it doesn't make sense to be too long biased in the moment in time. So we're going to anticipate market still goes down to 61 cents. But if you're on the long side, your only hope you have right now is that ZOM holds the 80 cent kind of price point. Okay. All right. Next one on the list we'll talk about is FCEL and Plug. So if you guys remember, and let me link these up really quickly. So yeah, if you guys remember, FCEL was our recommendation yesterday to go short or to be short. And you can see that it's starting to pull back. So from yesterday, we opened, we were trading in the 2094s yesterday, and we were recommending as a short pretty much in the 20s, 2050s. We're down to 17. Our first price target on... it doesn't even matter. So we anticipated that we were probably going to make it to about $16. So we have another $1.76 to go down today. And we were anticipating we would probably see FCEL down about another $1.50 or so today, more towards the $16 price. We anticipate that the market's going to sustain the $16 price today. Or going into tomorrow. Still likely you see FCEL below 16, but for the easiest obtainable move in the immediate from when the short move started would be a price target of 16. A greater move would only happen below 16, but to get below 16, normally the market will put up a fight first. Okay, next one on the list is Plug. Plug is pretty much the exact same thing as FCEL. So we recommended being short Plug yesterday. Currently up about $40 on the Plug short right now. LXRX is back in the green for me, so that's good. Okay, so Plug, like we said yesterday, to be short. So pretty much started recommending Plug as a short when it was just all yesterday. So our minimum price target for Plug was going to be $59 or $60. So we anticipated we could see Plug down to $60 today. And as we mentioned with FCEL, that would be the first easily obtainable target in the immediate to get a greater move to the downside, you'd have to go below 60. Very doable, very possible, but normally the market would try to put up a little bit of a fight at 60. So for the first easiest obtainable target, 60 was the target. For a bigger move to the downside, you'd need the market to go below 60, which is still, again, pretty possible. Okay. Next one on the list that we'll talk on is NIO. All right, so NIO's an interesting one. We still have a price target of $75 for NIO, $74 to $76 for NIO stock. We were thinking today that this could be the long day for NIO. We'll see. It's an interesting situation. Maybe it's tomorrow or into the next week. But what we're looking at here on this left screen is a 5-day time frame. It's a 5-day 15-minute chart. Not that you have to use a 5-day 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is not the best chart in the world. So again, for those of you thinking that you have to maybe now use a 5-day 15-minute chart, that's just not the case. I'm just really looking at this time frame to get, what in the shit did I just do? That's crazy. I have no idea. I've never done that before, and now I don't know what I just did. But, alrighty. I wonder if it's just telling me the price points of, I don't know what that is. So anyways, this is a 5-day time frame, and you can kind of see it's almost in like a little bit of a flag pattern. So we're anticipating that we're going through like a flag pattern over the past week, and essentially as soon as the prices get through these highs of 64, it should break out. So it's just a matter of figuring out which day is going to be the dip day that brings you up to the 64, so you can have an average down in the 62s to 63s rather than trying to buy the breakout. So that's what we're kind of watching right now. We still think NIO is going to go to 74 to 76 bucks. We also do think that maybe it has, the reason we haven't gone yet is because, well, we kind of dropped out and tested trend there. So that's completely false what I was about to say. Yeah, I think we're just kind of building up to try and break to the 74 price. So like that's really all we got with NIO, anticipating it's going to go higher. Okay, next one on the list, BABA. So, as you know, BABA obviously got crushed not too long ago. We recommended BABA as a long. Let me just delete these old drawings. Cancel. No. Yeah. So you'll know we recommended BABA as a long here. Literally, well, actually it was at 210. I mean, pretty much anywhere from like this 228 to 210, we were recommending BABA as a long stock. So what we want to first do is look at this 4-hour chart. If you look at this 4-hour chart, we're coming out of a bull flag right now, and I'll draw that out for you. Those were those drawings that I just deleted. You'll see that we have a bull flag up, consolidate down. So we have a bull flag that has just broken out. This is something we suggested, not necessarily on YouTube, but in our private group, that BABA was going through a bull flag. And so now it's breaking up. And for now, we anticipate BABA is going to see prices of 249 to 248 to 249, probably for right now. Potentially back to 260, but 260 would be an impressive move for right now. So probably not a 260 move for the time being, but a move to 249 pretty doable for BABA right now, especially coming out of this bull flag. So with that being said, that's BABA coming out of a bull flag. And again, this is something that we always recommend for traders. We always get the question, how do you know if it's going to be a false breakout? I always buy a bull flag and then it goes up and then it comes down, or the flag pattern never breaks and then goes in my favor the right way. How do you know? And so one of my tips for that is to make sure you're buying a bull flag when it's in a low zone. So if we were to look at this chart on BABA, you would see that clearly this is high and obviously this is low. So when we see a bull flag occurring in a low point, we usually put more emphasis and trust on that bull flag to break up, because you're coming from a low buying zone and trying to go higher. Rather than trying to buy a bull flag at a high zone, we recommend buying them in a low zone, because obviously it's buy low, sell high, right? So rather than buying a bull flag where people are selling, we would much rather be buying a bull flag where people are essentially be buying. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on there with BABA. All right, now going over the tickers from this morning, we have CNET. So CNET was an early morning penny stock that popped up on a little bit of news. We've pretty much been short from this high. I'm still fading a short right now. The short position I'm in, I still have 1,000 shares on. I'm up about $600 on the play. We're really not crazy about this. It's all overbought. We don't think it's really going to do much. Right now, it's kind of retracing back to the prices of 279, which was previous breakout level. You can kind of see here when we got over, we zung out. So probably trying to come back closer to that 280, 270 something, 279. Other one is EXPR. So EXPR was a penny stock this morning that popped up. If you look at the right screen, you're going to see that it kind of ran up above resistance, kind of hit resistance here, just kind of came into previous price action tops. So this one didn't have like a perfect rejection on our trending resistances. This one kind of played around in zones, but generally the rule of thumb in the market, which is one of the most important rules that I always try to emphasize on, is stocks normally never break out first attempt. So what does that mean? That means exactly this. Stock put in a high here a long time ago, EXPR, put in a high here around $1.80, $1.90, not too long ago. The stock then crashed and it came all the way back up to those prices for the first time, right? So again, this was a top, then we dropped and came back to that top. This is the first time the price has tested that top. Normally we'll reject almost every time. So again, that's kind of another reason why we were bearish that. Okay. Next one is DPW. DPW should be discussed. So DPW is kind of interesting. It's got some news about EV chargers and Amazon. It's kind of a confusing one that I probably can't run through and make it not and somewhat confusing. But pretty much put it this way. This 682 is resistance. This would normally be right now the first and final logical target we could have on the long side with DPW right now. And if we're lucky on the long side, DPW will do something like this. We had the long move, we pulled back, we had another long move, it holds trend. You can kind of see how it's stopping right here. The reason that we're stopping here pre-market is because, why is that being so weird? I don't know, whatever I did to my chart earlier, it's really screwing this up. I don't know what I did, but anyways, yeah, the 698, $6-7 range is really resistance. So if you see the price get through 685-ish, 690, you should see a pop on DPW. And that really covers majority of all the stuff that I guess I probably wanted to discuss with you guys for this morning. So I hope you guys all have a great trading day. I hope I do too. For those of you guys that tune into our stream every day, the stock scanner stream, I'm going to be out of town. So I'm trying to figure out a way to manage the stream while not being there. I might use TeamViewer, some sort of remote desktop. So I still have to learn that. So I'm hoping I figure that all out before I have to leave today. If not, stream and scanners might be down for about a week or a couple days unless I figure something out along the way. So that being said, appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.